There is no more picturesque stadium in all of sports than the Rose Bowl. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the UCLA Bruins. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, I caught up with Coach Whittingham pregame. They are so excited about how they've been able to prove everybody wrong. What they accomplished last week has pushed them into the conversation. And now they've got to prove that they can be even better. He said, I felt like that was our most complete game of the season, but we've got more to give. We'll see how they get off to a quick start today to prove that to the nation. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Bruins ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. The Wolverines offense will have the football first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
They go play action. Bryce Underwood. Flush to the left. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. So UCLA's offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
And this offense is going to have their hands full, and especially this offensive line. And it's not just this year. Like, you watch this group, they're dominant, they're physical. Like, they're gonna make you earn everything you get. But it seems like with this program, Palmer, it's year after year after year. Plug and play, next guy, physical, fast, disruptive defensive line.
Runs through a man. He might have space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Sells to run, looking to pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
Chucked it away just as he was hit. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Could not make his way to the corner.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his target. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. And the Bruins will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Out wide left, it's Marsh. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll keep it on the ground. Showing off the arms. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
I love it. I love first down. Let's be aggressive. Let's throw the football. But how about the quarterback? He does a great job in the pocket, buying time. Oh, nobody open, scrambles around, and more importantly, ends the run, gets the first down, and doesn't get whacked. Beautiful.
Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. So go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
The quick game. Great awareness by this defense to know where the first down line was and stop him just a little bit short. Big fourth down decision coming.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's third down, you got to throw.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Throws it back. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. Left side is Otis. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back him off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding him? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Unleashes one deep. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like this dude can absolutely roll.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Just feeds the running back. He's got the first down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Making great decisions, that's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Grbac, and the guy I can't remember drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think of...
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
This quarterback part of their running game. And a short gain on this run, and that will bring us to the end of the first. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Underwood. Look out! Unloads in the nick of time.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They call it a coffin quarter kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
And he'll work his way out across the 10 to about the 12.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And he gets it away.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
They punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. So here comes the Michigan offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away.
It's a seam wide open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down. And the Wolverines come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Keeps it himself. He'll pitch it. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Give to the running back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance.
Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
On play action. Myers on the move. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall.
Holds it in on the left. Finds a seam. The 10. Touchdown, Bruins. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. To the back. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 50. Inside the 30. Past the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide right, it's Cox. The old saying is, you'll never go broke taking a profit. No matter how small, just keep building up the bank account.
Yep, and when the defense wants to drop back and not give up those big plays, a lot of times they're going to force you to be patient, and when you show them you can do that, it'll pay dividends in the long run.
Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this 3rd down from deep in your own territory. Rides to the back. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. On the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Reporting from the Wolverines sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
Well, and most QBs will tell you it starts from the waist down, and the feet have to be tied really well with the upper body and with the mechanics. And you could tell, drifted a little bit there. Because of that, inaccurate throw.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Push is ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Might have gone into that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Throwing, Underwood. Flip it out to the back on the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 12th of the season. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Quick give, it's Cox.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. The Bruins call timeout. It's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Got it. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. Clock has stopped. Timeout has been called by UCLA. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
That's a play the receiver would like to have back because he was in position to make a huge play for his offense. 50-50 ball. Climb the ladder. You just got to snatch it. You got to pluck it out of the air, and he couldn't get it done.
They're all over him. And they got it. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use the timeout. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Bruins will call on their punt team. Looks it in. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
And the Wolverines want to move quickly. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Fires to the tight end. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Throws to the tight end. Right side, it's Whalen. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Changing the routes with his receiver. Again, it's Underwood. Out wide left, it's Briggs. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Underwood going for it all. Picked off to stop the threat. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. Let's get right to it with Liberty taking on the number 17 team, the Florida Atlantic Owls.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Free yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. They'll move the tight end. Straight ahead, it's Cox. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
Great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Here comes the heat. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Trying to make one miss. He's got great speed. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Play fake, Underwood. Moves to his right. Lets it fly. Out wide right, it's Chambers. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Here's Underwood to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Drives inside. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work?
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Beck's going for the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. There's no question this team is reeling, down 28-7, and they have to find a way to get a score on the board with this drive. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Cox. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to establish the run. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Now on 2nd down. Wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Had to force that one.
And Man, this whole crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
The Bruins will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. Making his first move. Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Holly, what do you have?
Here on the away team sideline, guys, they have a big lead right now, and they were expected to be here. One of the top teams in the country. They have performed that way here today. Even though some of the players are starting to celebrate just a little bit, coaches keep saying, we have more work to do. If they really want to continue to be one of the best teams in the country, they have to keep their foot on the gas to end this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Running inside. It's Briggs. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Wolverines will try to convert on fourth down. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Throwing, Underwood. Quick catch.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him. Try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. And they closed the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. This time they'll throw it. Turns it upfield. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
They'll send the back in motion. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. After the penalty backs him up, it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the results of the play, will decline the penalty. Just watching the clock run out on this one, and we can turn our attention to what's in store for next week here in the midpoint of the season. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Under pressure. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensive.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The Wolverines are rolling down the field. Underwood on the play action. Rolls right. On the run, fires downfield. Right side, it's Marsh. Touchdown, Michigan. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop. Man. UCLA will go back to work on offense. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer, you need some mojo, something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Right back to the well. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, ready? 22, 22. Go!
Looking for running room. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And the Bruins line up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
On the return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home.
Snags it and he's open. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Maybe an ill-advised throw there into the middle of the field, and it's knocked down and incomplete. Long way to go on second down. Looking for a man. It's Upshaw. This time on target.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Ready, go. Wants to throw again. Moving out to the right. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Swapped immediately.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Fires to the wideout. And the defense getting a hand in there on third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Escapes the pressure going right. Makes a connection. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Tells the run, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone. The Wolverines go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Moving the pocket, it's Upshaw. Got his man on the outside. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hand it to the back. Fights off a defender. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But